good? Sak pase, que pasa, wagwan, and all the good stuff. I am Miss McAnally, and welcome to my channel. And today I will be talking to you about the whole LovelyTi, Nique, Nite situation, fiasco, whatever you want to call it. So this is how I heard about this. So I had a class. After class, I was watching Larry read. Absurd loop. I watched Larry read, and then me having YouTube Premium, I left YouTube to go on Instagram. And then I follow LovelyTi on Instagram, and I saw that she had done a live stream. I'm like, oh snap, I'm late. So I was like late by like 2 hours or so. So she said, I'm going live in 50 minutes. So I was late. So I saw the last portion of the live stream when it was live. That was after I clicked off of Larry Reid. I watched a few minutes of it after it was live, but then I watched Nique because I saw Nique comment in LovelyTi's comment section, just popping off at LovelyTi. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So I tried to watch LovelyTi's live stream, but that video was privated for a little bit, so I had to go back and watch it a few hours later. And so someone commented on this whole on Storm Monroe saying that you're beautiful, whatever. I don't know who that is, but she said thanks, and she said, by the way, I'm going to address this. So I will show you this clip, and y'all see me a little bit later.
Okay, great. Somebody says, hey LovelyTi, Storm Monroe thinks you're beautiful. Okay, thank you. But yeah, you know what, I want to talk about that real quick, because that's one thing a lot of people have been hitting me up about, is all this, you know, drama in these YouTube streets. And I'm gonna say this, I was not feeling that response video that old girl did on her channel. Because my thing is, if you're gonna respond to somebody who you feel is dragging you or, you know, doing something to you, you need to respond to that person. I don't feel like my name or a situation from 2 years ago should have been brought up in the response whatsoever. Because first and foremost, when everything was going down, y'all can attest to this, okay, when I was out here getting drugged, when people was lying on my name, making up all this drama surrounding me and my brand, mother was here for it. People was making video after video after video. They was living for it. But now that the shoe's on the other foot, now the sudden, oh, I wasn't involved. Oh, I was neutral. No, you weren't. You were siding with who you were siding with, which is fine, but don't try and drag me into it, and don't lie on me and say that I was paying people behind the scenes to mess with somebody else's brand. I never did that. That was a lie. All of that was addressed at Lioness's Pajama Jam party that she did. So I'm not feeling the lies that were stated in that video. If you're gonna address something, address that person directly. There was no need for LovelyTi, Star Marie, none of that stuff to be brought up, period. But you know, like I said, that's what you call karma. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. When you put out that energy and you start, you know what I'm saying, involving yourself in nonsense that don't have nothing to do with you, eventually that karma comes back to you. And I just, you know, even though, you know, me and her will never be cool again, I will say this, even her live stream when she was ranting and raving, she still had to give me props. She still was like, I'm not cool with LovelyTi, but she's a real one. And she makes good content. So much so that her mama even jumped in the live and gave me props, okay? So obviously we both moved on. And I get tired of every time somebody's beefing with this girl, all of a sudden my name has to get drug into it. I don't have nothing to do with that. We've moved on. We left that back in 2019. So don't use me as a scapegoat to try and go at somebody else. Because what I noticed from the whole situation, honey, is this. When everything was going down, like I said, folks was living. They was loving it. Making video after video after video, coming at me. I was the bad guy in the situation, even though nobody knew what was going down. It wasn't just her, it was other people as well. And then once they went through it, then it's, oh, I want to apologize. Oh, well, you know, it wasn't like that. And I'm not saying this particular person, but another person was trying to apologize through one of my friends. And I told him flat out, nope, apology not accepted. They need to go do them, I'ma do me. I'm not clicking up with people's enemies and people's ex-friends. I'm not interested in that. I'm focused on my brand and on my channel. And it's funny that now that they have issues with this person was a manipulator, she was a devil, she was demonic. But she wasn't all that when she was messing with me though, right? It was all fair game. That's bull, and I see through it. And even I'm not cool with that person, I don't respect what they did, I see through the bull. Because it's easier to make her the bad guy than to stand in your own and say, you know what, I was wrong. I take ownership to the that I did, to the games that I played. So to all y'all trying to DM me and ask me questions, that's how I felt about it. It was bullshit. My name shouldn't have been brought up, especially attached to a lie, because nobody got paid to do anything. So for you to regurgitate that lie is nonsense, and that pisses me off. And that's real talk. And before y'all say, oh, well, you can address this person, but you can't address that person, just because you missed the pajama jam, don't mean it wasn't addressed. I addressed that person head on. I just didn't need to talk about it over here because it wasn't that serious. But since people want to drug up the past and put my name in some bullshit, I'm gonna address it. This is what you call karma. This is what you call sipping back, honey. What's up, Crystal Nicole? What up, sis? This is what you call sipping back and sipping your motherfucking tea. Cause again, it was funny when I was going through it. It was funny when y'all was making video after video after video coming at LovelyTi. I was the bad guy. But now that y'all are going through it, now you want to try and use my situation as an aha moment for you. That. That. You stand in your and you address her yourself. Don't drag LovelyTi into none of this.
So that's what she said. She pretty much said, I didn't like old girl brought up my name. I don't want to be in the mix of this. She should have left my name out of her mouth, because when people were dragging me, it was all good. Everything was like, oh my gosh, I'm here for it. I'm sipping slow, whatever. People were just riled up, making videos, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. So she said that, but then she's pretty much said that your video benefited you because you didn't want to listen. So I didn't appreciate you bringing up my name. And so I put two and two together. I'm like, Nique popped off. LovelyTi talked about someone. She must be talking about Nique. Because it doesn't make sense for Nique to pop off in her comment section, because if you know anything about Nique, Nique followed LovelyTi for a long time. After they made up, they followed each other. Now, Nique and I literally are roommates in LovelyTi's comment section. If you know me, I live in her comment section. I like stuff. I comment on stuff. I like commenting. And LovelyTi's seen me and replied to me several times, like some of my stuff, like some of my comments, you know what I'm saying? When I say my stuff, I'm talking about comments and whatnot, not my personal Instagram. Let's be real, she has a solid Instagram. It's a conversation starting Instagram. I rocks with that. So Nique would start, Nique would give her inputs, her 2 cents, compliment LovelyTi. When she said that in her video about her response video to LovelyTi, she did say that she commented on a lot of LovelyTi stuff and complimented her more than the vlogger. Now, I'm not going to give this vlogger's name, but y'all know who it is. And if y'all don't like it, oh well. So she said, I don't follow the vlogger, but she said that she will compliment the LovelyTi more than the vlogger. I haven't followed the vlogger in like 2 years, so I don't know. But my thing is, it's not exactly what LovelyTi said. It's how she said it. You see this here? You see this here? See this here? Too much. Too much. She had way too much sauce in my LovelyTi voice. Way too much sauce. Had she said, I'd rather not be mentioned. I don't want to attach myself to that anymore. Whatever happened, happened. I don't want to be reminded of the situation. Fair. But I kind of do find it hypocritical, because if y'all don't know, last year, LovelyTi did a sit-down with Linus and Judah, and they did a Q&A interview. Someone asked LovelyTi about how she felt about Nique at Nite, and it was her commentary unbiased. Linus and Judah reiterated it for that person, so LovelyTi can answer the question. So I'll show you this right here.
Okay, AJ said, ask T if she thinks Nique at Nite is mad that she blocked her on Instagram, and do you think that her commentary is unbiased?
First of all, I don't watch her, because in the words of her new friend, she's an irrelevant channel. So I don't watch her. My issue with her is this. From the stuff I've been told, I feel like she's not feeling me. And then I see who she's running with, which is fine. She has the right to be friends with whoever she wants to be friends with. Whatever. She was never following me on Instagram. when I blocked her because of who she was running with. I don't do that whole, I'm gonna be friends with the ops, but then still, like, you gotta pick a side. Like, if that's your friend, cool. Like, I don't do that when I'm friends with somebody. When I ride with my friend, I ride with my friend. So if that's who you're riding with, you don't need to follow me, support me, none of that stuff. So that's how I feel about that. So her being mad about being blocked, I don't care. She wasn't following me anyways. If you weren't following me, why do you care if you're blocked? Oh, because you wanted to be nosy and run stuff back to your friend. No, I'm good. You're blocked. I don't care. Good luck.
Y'all heard what LovelyTi had to say. She pretty much said that she blocked her, and this was before they fell out. They met each other and met up and was cool with each other. But still, I find that hypocritical because you didn't want Nique's name to be brought up in your live stream, but you brought up, even though it wasn't your live stream, you answered a question pertaining to Nique and you really didn't need to. I'm a fan of LovelyTi's. I love LovelyTi, but what I'm not going to do is sit here and coddle this behavior because this is nonsense. This is pure nonsense to me. And I'm a fan. I'm not a stan. I'm a fan. Okay? Fans are not enablers. That's the mantra. Fans are not enablers. Now I'm address Lioness of Judah. Now, I watched part of Lioness of Judah's response to Nique at Nite. Now I know better because I knew it was going to be biased, so I didn't watch the whole thing. Just like I didn't watch Camille Corner's video because I knew that was going to be a bias as well. Now, you said that Nique should not have said anything pertaining to LovelyTi, but pot meet kettle, because you did a whole live stream pertaining to the blogger and LovelyTi. You was asked a question about Nique at Nite. You asked that question that person asked you, and LovelyTi gave you an answer. Last time I checked, that was not about Nique at Nite. That was about the blogger and LovelyTi. You should have kept it as that, but you didn't. Now I'm going to address LovelyTi. Now, when you said to pick sides with Nique, contrary to popular belief, I'm not a child. Okay, I know I look like a teenager, I know I look young and all, but I'm not a child. Nique can befriend whoever she wants to, just like you said, you could befriend whoever you want to. So, for you to tell her to pick sides and whatnot, that to me sounds childish. Okay, this is YouTube, this ain't high school. Alright, because I know y'all get paid off of this and whatnot, but on some real stuff, I didn't appreciate that. I'm going to talk about Nique's video now. I'm gonna show you this right here.
So fast forward, the whole LovelyTi hit the fan. They had teamed up as far as before this interview thing and collab. They seemed cool. Hit the fan with that because LovelyTi was the original person who posted the interview and was the person who interviewed Star Marie. So they were the two people at the center. They clashed. Their friendship was tested. At the time, you know, it was like a spiritual warfare going on with LovelyTi. And at the time, I'm an outside viewer. I'm not realizing how demonic certain forces is. So I'm just a viewer on the outside. Now, this happens all the time that I do a story. I'll say both people, I feel, did things. And I don't understand why every time, and it seems like I always start to lose my voice every time it's a subject and I haven't even been like talking that much. It's just something about that energy that just be with people. So now I understand why LovelyTi was like everything is just weird. Like, it just, that energy is just weird. But anyways, at that time, I said, I see LovelyTi has done this indirectly in my eyes. So when I say I felt like LovelyTi did indirect things, there were bloggers who was making direct attack videos towards LovelyTi at that time. They would do videos, and I do not feel like, because a lot of people put the narrative like LovelyTi had them people making videos. I don't think that LovelyTi had them making videos at all. They made videos because they wanted to make the videos. However, within them making the videos, I feel like their videos mirrored how she felt about. So she donated to those people. She was in their chats. She donated to them. So instead of her directly saying how she felt about, she donated and supported those channels, and it kind of looked like a cosign to how she felt. Instead of indirectly contributing to stuff that people were putting out, directly said how she felt. Now, when I came forward and did my video, I said, as a viewer, I'm not friend. She came on my platform and I interviewed her about how I did not agree with her with the Cardi B thing. We were not friends though. Like, that wasn't my friend. I don't agree with you. She came on my platform. I don't agree with that. She said, well, this how I am. This how I'm gonna be. Woo wop. All right. Woo woo wop. It is what it is. She wasn't my friend. LovelyTi wasn't my friend. I don't kiki with either of them. I'm not going to LovelyTi being like, oh, and I'm not going to saying T. As a blogger, I'm like, well, I'm witnessing the indirect stuff here. I'm witnessing the direct stuff here. Now, I didn't know how diabolical it was over here, so I'm just like, well, this person is indirect, this person is direct. I feel like they both have been tit for tat playing at each other. Both. Now, whenever I say both, a lot of people seem to become tone deaf and they seem to only hear, well, she didn't take the side that I take, so she took that side when I say both. Now, when I came forward and I talked about this, called in. I didn't tell to call in. I didn't call her and tell her I was doing commentary on it. I didn't give her a heads up. I didn't call LovelyTi. I didn't have LovelyTi's number to call her, and I did not even have number stored in my phone at that time to even call her. Didn't call neither one of them. Chimed in. I'm talking about her. I'm also talking about LovelyTi. I let her chime in on what is about her. She said her piece. Okay, cool. LovelyTi did not call in. Had LovelyTi called in, I would have allowed her to say her piece. Opinions does not reflect mine. My opinion was, I see indirect donations and contributions here. I see direct jabs here. That was that. Now let's back up from that. Now that we got that out the way, do your own research. The Cardi B and the whole Star Marie thing happened, I want to say September 2018. Go to my channel far as back as September 2018. Go to June. Go to March. Go to look up any other Cardi B video and look up how I covered it already before that, period. But me, right is right, wrong is wrong. I didn't agree with the interview that they did, period. However, when it came to drugging and robbing men, that's up. That's a big story. I covered it. Just because it started the trend, I don't agree with nobody drugging and robbing nobody. I did commentary on it. Now, because my commentary was, I guess, like, you know, was trying to blast her on it, whether blast her or not, still I don't agree with Bill Cosby drugging and doing nothing to nobody. I don't agree with Cardi B drugging and robbing nobody. So whether she already posted that or not, I would not have agreed with that, period. Because I didn't agree and didn't agree also, but her didn't agree was a different level of didn't agree. She shared my video. I'm not gonna stop her from sharing my video. Why would I do that? That's free promo. I don't care. I didn't feel the need to clarify that we're not friends. We're not friends. She shared my video. You cannot name any other tiff that she had that I have caper her on, period. The only thing that you can say is Cardi B, because I had already been covering Cardi B and I'm not going to change how I cover something because somebody else got a beef with them. I'm just gonna stay true to me. And that's what I did, period. She done fell out and she done went below the belt with Alexis Sky, with all kind of people. You've never seen me mirror her rhetoric in any of that, period. You've seen Storm hop on the bandwagon of all her beefs. You have not seen Nique at Nite do that. The only thing that you can say is that she did Cardi B content, and if you do your own research, you will see that Nique at Nite had already been doing Nique at Nite content. Now we got that out the way. Moving on.
Okay, so she's pretty much said that what LovelyTi did, she wasn't innocent, and both of them have done things, LovelyTi's being indirect and the vlogger being direct. Now, when she said this, I totally agree with her. I will play Nique's video responding to LovelyTi right now. Check this out.
Okay, hold up. Oh, she said, oh girl, I didn't like how, oh girl. I'm like, okay, oh girl, hold up, wait. I just don't, especially if it's really funk, then don't have me looking dumb being cool with you. That's all I gotta say. If you got an issue.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
But yeah, you know what, I want to talk about that real quick, because that's one thing a lot of people have been hitting me up about is all this, you know, drama in these YouTube streets. And I'm gonna say this, I was not feeling that response video that old girl did on her channel.
My name is Nique. I've met you in person. We've taken a picture together. We've introduced one another. My name is Nique. It's not old girl, but go ahead.
Because my thing is, if you're going to respond to somebody who you feel is dragging you or, doing something to you, you need to respond to that person. I don't feel like my name or a situation from 2 years ago should have been brought up in the response whatsoever. Because
your name was brought up in the response because you're a part of the story. You are a part of the story, so you were brought up. But continue.
First and foremost,
and you have been being brought up before I ever mentioned your name all weekend. I could pull up videos on the Wiley show. I could pull up the live video that did on the first round of the fish incident. Your name has been being brought up, and none of which was by me until I did my response, and I did not talk about you in a negative light.
Everything was going down. Y'all can attest to this. Okay, when I was out here getting drugged, when people was lying on my name, making up all this drama surrounding me and my brand, was here for it. People was making video after.
I'm just trying to figure out. I just showed y'all one video, and that video was after she had blocked me. When was I here for it? When was I here for it? I'm literally defending you in the video saying I don't think you're malicious. I don't think you was trying to do no like that. And in that same video, I called out and I'm like, well, you keep saying that you trending the internet. I feel like that's where the issue is happening at. You keep saying you trend the internet. So where was I here for? Because in that same video, I said, I don't think that it's cool that y'all come to this point, and I wish that y'all could be cool again. But let's continue listening because we'll still go back because I got time.
The video after video, they was living for it.
Really?
But now that the shoe's on the other foot, now all of a sudden, oh, I wasn't involved. Oh, I was neutral. No, you weren't. You were siding with who you were siding with, which is...
If I say you're not innocent, and if I say she's not innocent, how is that picking? How is you ain't innocent and you ain't innocent equaling to I'm taking a side over here? You wasn't innocent. Just like I gave a donation to Armand channel when he dragged Storm, you was giving donations when they was dragging. So that's like me sitting up here saying, oh, it wasn't like that when I donated to Armand. It wasn't like that. No, I did the it is what it is. Yep. And so what? Period. Which is the same energy that you should have because you did it. Yep. And I wasn't and so what? That's how I would feel because you did it. And just like I donated to Armand, I did the and so what? I don't with her. And yep, I sure did. So if I say you donated to somebody and you're not innocent, you're not, and you should be able to be like, you're right, because she got a problem, it's problem. That's how I feel about it. And wasn't innocent. It wasn't cool for her to leak no phone calls. That wasn't cool to be acting like you cool, but then you recording. No, that wasn't cool for her to be saying that y'all planned to trend the internet. That's why I made sure that I'm like, well, you keep saying that y'all planned it, and that's where this whole issue is. And she explained that. And do I keep being combative with her over that? No, because she said her piece. If you would have been bold enough to pull up to the live and call in, you could have said your piece as well.
It's fine, but don't try and drag me into it and don't lie on me and say that
Where's the lie?
Paying people behind the scenes to mess with somebody else's brand. I never did that. That was a...
And I never said you paid for nobody behind the scenes. I said you gave super chats to people who did. Where's the lie? You didn't give Sweet Ma a super chat? You didn't give Lioness a Judah? Oh, wait. Let me not misquote because I'm not sure I'm not sure on that one. If you gave Lioness a Judah a super chat when she dragged her. But I'm almost positive, but I don't want to say that for a fact, but I know that you definitely super chatted to Sweet Ma. You didn't do that? I'm trying to figure out where the lie is because I didn't say that you had them make them videos. I didn't say that you was paying them behind the scenes. A super chat is very much public, which is why I seen it and other people seen it.
Lie. All of that was addressed at Lioness's Pajama Jam party that she did. So I'm not feeling the lies that were stated in that video. If you're gonna address something, address that person directly. There was no need for LovelyTi, Star Marie, none of that stuff to be brought up. Period. But you know,
somebody says, show us exactly what you did.
That's what it is. When you put out that energy.
So what energy were you putting? Wait. She said that's what you call karma. So it's my karma. What's your karma? Because it happened to you too. So what was your karma? It's my karma, but it happened to you too. And it happened to you first. So what's your karma for it happened to you in the first place?
All of that was addressed at Lioness's pajama jam party that she did. So I'm not feeling the lies that were stated in that video. If you're gonna address something, address that person directly. There was no need for LovelyTi, Star Marie, none of that stuff to be brought up, period. But you know, like I said, that's what you call karma. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. When you put out that energy.
So what energy was you putting out, boo?
Involving yourself in nonsense that don't have nothing to do with you.
What energy did you, what karma, what part was your karma? Because it happened to you too. So what was your karma?
I will say this, even her live stream when she was ranting with Raven, she still had to give me props. She's still
in that video.
LovelyTi, but she's a real one. And
T, stop listening to your subscribers and see the real on the internet. She gave you your props in that video, but she definitely shaded your in other videos. And it was since this fish situation that happened with me. Every time there was a problem with me, she mentioned you. And every time there was a problem with me, she mentioned daytime, tea time. You were mentioned several times, baby. And you seen that she gave you props once, but she had been dissing you and shading you before that several times before. So stop listening to what people say to you. See it for yourself. Because all I see in this video is somebody who was fed some information from a messy ass and they got on their platform, bumping their gums, being hard. And like I said, you the one who had the problem with me. You blocked me. And then when I seen your ass in LA, you didn't have none of that energy, but you got all of this energy now. And I just find that weird, but that's how it's operating. That's what I was talking about when it came to the whole situation. Females will bump their gums and people think that, oh, Nique is not that way. Nique is not confrontational. Nique has definitely learned. Nique is a female who is cut in her face, cut my face in a fight. I'm a woman who knows that my impulsive behavior has put me in certain situations. Me going and driving by myself because I ride for myself because I grew up with reptibles. Let's stop thinking because I don't react the way y'all think. I'm a person who I've grown because I done been in the street. I done fought. I done been jumped. And I done been cut in my face. This cut right here, hold up, let me zoom in. Can't really see it that well because I got on makeup. But the cut on my face, I had a cut from here on my head, down my head, from here to here. You want to know how I got this cut? It's because I was impulsive when I was younger. I would react immediately. So what I did was I drove to the girl house by myself. I didn't call my cousins. I didn't call my uncles. I didn't call nobody. I drove to her house like, and that was stupid. That was ignorant. That was very dumb because you don't go to people's house. But me, that's just how I used to be. And so she opened the door and I fired on her. We start fighting. In the midst of us fighting, her boyfriend held me and she picked up, she cut me across my face. That was a lifelong lesson. Stop trying to react so much because who don't really want to fight you, they'll pull out weapons. Scary who just run their mouth, they'll pull out weapons. They'll pull out guns. They will be the ones to shoot you. It's the scary mother that will shoot you. They'll act big and bad, but then they'll be the first person to use a weapon on you. So because I have a lifelong scar that I see every day, I don't react the same way because I'm just like, if you see me and it's a problem, it is what it is. I don't, you know, like people think like, oh, just because a person rah-rah. No. I learned from situations of rumbling with I learned from that. I know the difference between an internet and a that's really about that life. I can see through it. So therefore, when I know that I can look at you and I can tell you probably never had a fight in your life, you never went toe to toe, you're just giving that energy because when I seen you in person, you had the problem with me. And when you see me, it was, oh, hi, you come to these parties in LA. I'm just like, well, I didn't have a problem. You did. So I'm just matching whatever energy that you have. But if you would have had funk, you would have seen that I would have been like, what's up? But when I said in my video that you said stuff indirect and she said stuff direct, that wasn't a dig, that wasn't a sin, that wasn't nothing. That wasn't any of those things. Yeah, somebody says, show us your true colors. You've been seeing my true colors. I show you my true colors every day. But anyway.
And the part where Nique was talking about how people aren't about that life and scary chicks and chicks are about that life, I felt like that was very redundant. And you didn't have to explain that or say that in that video because I see what you're saying, but really that does not need to be said. Again, adding more sauce. The problem is with when she said that was when she was talking about giving donations to Sweet Ma. Sweet Ma's another YouTuber. Now, LovelyTi did give $200 to Sweet Mom. That's a fact. And I watched Linus the Judas channel and her whole summer party thing. And the reason why LovelyTi gave her the super chat was because Sweet Mom was struggling. She was just going through it, and so LovelyTi was like, screw it, I'll give you 200. So that's why she gave it to her. But it just so happens that Sweet Mom doesn't like the vlogger, and she was one of the few people to tell LovelyTi, watch out for that vlogger. So my problem with LovelyTi is, as much as I love LovelyTi and as much as I hate to say it, I have to. I feel like when you said that Nique is experiencing her karma, you've experienced the same thing. So when Nique popped off and said that you've experienced the same thing and it happened to you first, I felt like she wasn't lying, because there were people telling you to watch out for the vlogger. You know, to watch out for the vlogger, she's bad energy. You took them with a grain of salt. You either blocked them or you took it with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I was one of those people who said watch out for the vlogger. Shoot, I enjoyed the vlogger, you know what I'm saying? I watched her, she's funny, she's entertaining, that's what it is. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I was one of those people who said that. But you saw what happened.
I know Tucker hung up, but I wanted to let everybody know this. I didn't know LovelyTi. I watched LovelyTi for years, like since she had her, you know, her videos in her room and stuff like that. And I decided to write and LovelyTi, and I was trying to give them information on the Star Marie story, but ignored me, but LovelyTi didn't. So I thought that it was like on purpose. So whatever, I was like, ignoring me. I don't know why. I see her responding to everybody else, but she's not responding to my DMs or anything. So anyway, I was writing LovelyTi, and I was telling her, I don't know why, but I have a feeling that is not your friend. And I would keep telling her this stuff, and LovelyTi would ignore me. That's how good of a friend she was. I would be telling her, watch your back. She's not your friend. And she would just completely ignore me. She would open the messages and not say nothing. So it bothers me to know that is saying these things about LovelyTi when LovelyTi has been such a good friend to her, not acknowledging any of my warnings, nothing. And LovelyTi didn't know me. She probably thought I was crazy, because I was like, I think that she's doing this and this and this and that. Like, I don't know, but I don't think she's your friend. And then let's say I would text her, DM her and then say, this information I have, she'll respond to that, but never to anything that I said about never, ever, ever.
Exactly.
So, as you said in your Megan Thee Stallion and Carl video, the vlogger found a sucker in you and licked you because you didn't listen. And sometimes that's the best way to learn, is to be stubborn. And Nique did the exact same thing pertaining to the vlogger. Even though there was no prior evidence to the vlogger being a snake, some people are just quick to pick up energy, and they didn't like her energy. They just saw that she was a vile person. Actually, I'll take that back. There was a prior instance when she was on, the vlogger was beefing with the country singer and this other black woman.
Actually, two black women. The very first person she came after was Fred Rerun Berry's widow, Essie Berry. You know, Rerun from What's Happening.
So, no signs. People were calling her out. People were just dragging her in here for it. I was like, whatever. But that's since been gone. So, LovelyTi was the vlogger's next victim, because the vlogger got into it with a country singer, if you remember. But the vlogger found a sucker in Nique and licked her. Now, Nique said that she was cordial with the vlogger. She never really was friends with her. They would talk and laugh and whatnot, but they would not necessarily be friends. They would be friendly towards each other, but not friends. You know what I'm saying? So, the difference between LovelyTi and the vlogger's relationship and Nique's and the vlogger's relationship, according to Nique, they were not friends. And according to T, the vlogger and her were friends. So, some people said, Nique, you giving T this energy, but you never gave the vlogger this energy. My thing is, I feel like I can understand when Nique gives T this more energy, because I feel like she's more hurt behind T, because they met in person. They talked to each other. They explained their side. They were cool. You know what I'm saying? They were cordial. She was commenting on LovelyTi's page and whatnot. And it's like, yo, what? I mean, I spoke my piece and I didn't say anything malicious, but then you're going on your live saying, you know, I don't want, you know, females to run my mouth. That's not my problem with LovelyTi. My problem is sometimes she could, in my opinion, she could be a tad bit hypocritical. Because I feel like it's not fair, especially because you talked about Nique in a live stream. And it wasn't your live stream, it was Linus the Judas live stream. And I feel like Nique has the right to speak her piece. And LovelyTi says that Nique used her as a scapegoat. I didn't see that. I didn't see that Nique used LovelyTi as a scapegoat. I felt like she used her as an example as to why the vlogger behaves the way she does. And she talked about the fact that LovelyTi was used by the vlogger. So that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's kind of hypocritical for LovelyTi to just spaz on Nique. And the thing is, people will commented in Nique's video responding to LovelyTi, Nique wasn't talking about you. I had to check that person real quick. I'm like, wait a minute. Just because LovelyTi didn't bring up your name doesn't mean she didn't talk about her. It's clear that some of y'all don't know the difference between implicit and explicit. Implicit means that it is implied, it's not going to be said directly, and explicit means it's going to be directly in your face. When she brought up the vlogger's name, if you are good at reading between the lines and seeing 2 and 2 and putting 2 and 2 together, you would know that LovelyTi was talking about Nique at Nite. The problem with Nique that I have is, I would have commented, since you know that you're an avid commentator on LovelyTi's comment section, because I know LovelyTi's DMs are full, they're flooded. You could have said, rumor has it, I heard that you were talking about me in these YouTube streams. Is it true? Say it ain't so. I would have done that. The problem is, with both of them, their hands are not clean. I don't care what anyone says. The problem that I have with Nique is that she didn't pull her to the side and say, hey, what's up? I heard you were talking about me. Say it ain't so. But Nique didn't do that. The problem is both of them, LovelyTi and Nique and Nite, both of them let their emotions get into their head. Both of them. Because it doesn't make sense for LovelyTi to just spaz on a live stream pertaining to what one girl said. And what she said wasn't even malicious. Okay? Because LovelyTi already knew about the situation. Because she said, I've been slipping slow in these YouTube streets before Nique even made a video. But when Nique said that you were saying indirect stuff about the vlogger and the vlogger would make direct stuff about you, I can't fault her. And the reason why I say I can't fault her is because I was moseying on YouTube, I searched up LovelyTi, I wanted to watch a LovelyTi video. Then I watched it on a desktop. Because I normally don't watch it on the desktop. I'm trying to get my YouTube Premium money worth, so I watch it on my phone. So I was moseying on YouTube and I saw a video pertaining to Jordyn Woods, you know, Khloe Kardashian, Tristan Thompson, Jason Lee, and Cardi B. And that's when Jason Lee, you know, broke the story about the whole Kardashian thing and the whole Jordyn Woods thing. Now I noticed her tags. And if anyone knows anything about tags on YouTube, tags help with describing your YouTube videos. Just about every, if not every, YouTuber uses tags. And tags also help with rankings. They help you with your ranking of your videos. Especially if you're the type of person to search by filter, the tags will make it easier for you. So when you are on YouTube on a desktop, you can see tags. When you're on a phone, you can't see it. But when you're on a desktop, you can see tags. When I saw the tags, I was scrolling. She had tags, you know, her general tags, you know, sip tea, celebrity news, da-da-da-da. And she also had Cardi B and Jason Lee and Khloe and Jordyn Woods and Tristan. That's fine. But my thing is, why was the vlogger's name in your tag? Why?
So for the people who think I'm playing around, here's the screenshot that I took. You could literally see everything there. From the title, which is Jordyn Woods, Khloe Kardashian, Tristan Thompson, Cardi B, and Jason Lee Speak Out. Teacup, hashtag full breakdown. And you see that was uploaded on February 23rd, 2019. Mind you, LovelyTi and the vlogger fell out already. This was after the vlogger had made her remarks dragging LovelyTi and calling her names, and this was before the whole pajama party with Linus and Judah. And this video wasn't even about the vlogger at all. And the tags are as listed. Social media, commentary, LovelyTi, LovelyTi 2002, LovelyTi 2013, natural hair, celebrity, gossip, Wendy Williams, spilling tea, sipping tea, hip hop, rap, beauty, Black Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LovelyTi 2002 Cardi B, LovelyTi 2002 and the Vlogger, LovelyTi 2002 versus Vlogger, Jordan Woods Red Table Talk, Jordan Woods and Tristan video, Khloe Kardashian, Jordan Woods, Khloe Kardashian Pantry, Malika Hack Hollywood Divas. So those were the tags that she used. And my question is, why? And you see that I highlighted the tag where the vlogger's name is. So the side panel that you see is what helps me with my tags on both Google and YouTube. So YouTubers tend to use what you call TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is an assistant for tags. It helps YouTubers or content creators make tags and helps them with tags. And I know LovelyTi uses it because I saw on several one of her live streams that she uses TubeBuddy because she shared her desktop. So that's fine because I use TubeBuddy as well. But my thing is, did TubeBuddy help you? Because if TubeBuddy helped you, you do know you could have avoided that, right? So that was messy in my opinion, and that's what Nique meant when she said that LovelyTi was throwing indirect shots, because this was very indirect. I didn't hear anyone speak about tags. So, and she was clever with it too, because the tags in the front are the most important tags. Those are your primary tags. They're more important than the other ones. So she was smart and not put the vlogger's name in the front. So the side panel is called, I think, Keywords Everywhere, and that helps me with tags. So if you're a content creator, I advise you to use these tag helpers, these tag assistants, because they really do help. But as for LovelyTi, what's up with this, sis?
Why would you use, if you're so neutral, nonchalant about it, why would you use the vlogger's name as a tag? Mind you, she was smart with it too, because normally your first tag is the primary tag, and that's the most important tag. LovelyTi knew not to use the vlogger's name as a primary tag, as if people won't search it up. A lot of y'all are not content creators. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a bona fide content creator, but I have made videos and I have used tags. There's nothing wrong with using a whole bunch of tags. There's nothing wrong with using tags. Every YouTuber uses tags. The problem is, why would she use this particular tag with the vlogger's name? Not once, but twice. One that says versus and one that says and. Why? If you're so neutral, you don't want no parts, why did you do that? Because it doesn't make sense to me. If you're not cool with someone, I wouldn't bring up their names. So it's like low-key, you wanted this to propel, because it doesn't make sense to me as to why you would do that. Especially since you claim that you're not cool with her. Granted, the vlogger's name was in your mouth, and it should not have been, because I felt like had the vlogger and I ran her mouth, they would have forgave each other much more quickly than ever. So again, adding too much sauce. So why would you do that? Why? Innocent question. Because I didn't Photoshop this picture. I didn't change anything up. The only thing I did was I highlighted it, I boxed it, and I blurred it. So, because I don't want the vlogger's name to be mentioned on this channel. Y'all know who it is, but I don't want to say the name. So that's what I mean. The problem with Nique is that her definition of indirect, the example that she gave of indirect, was misinterpreted. She misinterpreted it and not gave the real reason as to why LovelyTi gave Sweet Ma $200. She did give her $200, but it was because Sweet Ma was struggling and was going through it. So LovelyTi was like, I'm gonna give you $200 in a super chat. Even though a super chat, YouTube takes 30% of the super chat if you know how super chats work. So technically it's 100 something. I don't believe that's a direct, indirect jab per se. It just so happens that Sweet Ma is not cool with the vlogger. And she was one of the few people who told LovelyTi before they fell out, watch out for her. And LovelyTi didn't listen. Just like you didn't listen to the signs. You didn't see the signs. even though they were more blatant and more overt than when LovelyTi went through it with the vlogger. But I can't sit here and applaud LovelyTi for what she said about Nique. I thought that was foul. I thought that was wrong, especially because you went through the same thing Nique did. And that's why Nique brought up, well, you had your karma too and you had yours first. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like no one's hands are clean. I'm still gonna watch LovelyTi. I still might watch Nique at night, and I'm still not gonna watch the vlogger. None of this is gonna change my opinions on any of these people. But to be frank, I have to be frank in this video. I have to be honest. I have to keep it real. I have to be sincere, because that to me is integral. If you just speak your piece, speak your mind. And I want to make something clear here. I'm anti-cancel culture. And if any of them, LovelyTi, Nique at Night, the vlogger, runs into my video, I just want y'all to know I'd rather you speak to me. If I said anything wrong, if I misspoke, let me know. Don't cuss me out though, because I will block you. Because I managed to do this whole video without cussing, because I don't cuss at people. That's not my MO. Okay, I think that's grimy. You can talk however you want. You can talk to me like that in context, but not talk directly to me about, like, cuss me out. I don't do that. I don't even cuss people out on my worst day. I feel like, especially because I'm anti-cancel culture, I'd rather you hit me up. Especially LovelyTi, because she knows where I'm at. Okay, she knows my @ name. My @ name is all throughout this video. She knows where I'm at. She knows she's seen me before in her comment section. She's responded to me several times. So she knows I exist. I even commented why I have my name behind, the reason behind my username, and she actually liked it. She was the only person that liked that comment. She had a picture with, I remember she had a picture with Lecrae, and I said Lecrae is the reason why I have my username, which is the truth. And then she liked it. So she knows where I'm at. She can hit me up. She could literally tell me, hey, you probably misspoke on this, or why did you say that, or because the reason why I said it is because I saw it. Especially because LovelyTi made the whole cancel culture podcast and how she feels about it, and that we should start talking to each other and communicating to each other as to why people do what they do. And that's why I said in this instance, I'd rather you contact me, comment down below, DM me, comment on my Instagram and Twitter. I will respond to you. I will respond to you, and I'll respond to you in a respectful way, because that's how I am. Okay? So I feel like, in all honesty, I have to be real. I have to be frank. I don't care who I'm cool with. And the problem is, the thing is, I don't talk to a lot of people. It's not that I'm antisocial. I just don't talk to a lot of people. That's just how I am. And I don't befriend a lot of people. Because, like I said before in this video, the easiest way to learn something is to be stubborn. Even though it's not a good thing to be stubborn, sometimes it has to smack you in your face. And I'm telling you, as a Leo, as a fixed sign, we are stubborn. When Nique said that she's stubborn, I believe it. Her saying, being the hard-headed Aquarius that I am, I didn't listen to people around me when I made this video. When she said that, I believe it, because I'm a fixed sign, LovelyTi is a fixed sign, the vlogger's a mutable sign, she's a Pisces. But for some odd reason, she's stubborn, I don't know. Pisces are not really stubborn people. I'm not a fan of Pisces, but LovelyTi is a fixed sign. LovelyTi and I share the same sign, except she's a July Leo, I'm an August Leo. She shares the same sign, we share a lot of the same traits, so I see a lot of myself in her. Okay, I can relate to her a lot more easily because she's a Leo like myself. But with that being said, when we are hard-headed, LovelyTi herself is hard-headed. Okay, if she doesn't like that I said that, it is what it is, because I could actually fess up and say that I'm hard-headed myself. I don't like listening to people, I just don't. So the easiest way for me to learn is to let it smack you in your face. Okay, that's how a lot of people learn. And that's how LovelyTi learned about the vlogger, because the vlogger had warning signs. She had issues with other people before her issues with LovelyTi started. And so it had to hit her in the face. But because I really didn't feel like it was fair for LovelyTi to say that Nique experienced her karma, because you went through the same thing. And other people went through the same thing as well pertaining to the vlogger. There was signs out there before about the vlogger, and a lot of us didn't see it. We took it with a grain of salt, especially because it didn't pertain to the black community. because she came for a country artist, a white woman. Even though she did come after a black woman, another black woman afterwards, but we didn't see how messy the vlogger was until she was messing with LovelyTi. But I do believe that both, if y'all gonna call me biased, let me tell you something. Both, B-O-T-H, both LovelyTi and Nique and Nite were right and wrong in this situation, and it could have been handled better. Could have been handled much better than this. They were too caught up in their emotions. They let their emotions get into the best of them, and this is what happened. And when you have your emotions getting the best of you, you don't think straight. You don't think straight. And I also was looking on Nique's Instagram. Someone commented to Nique, and she said, I know I'm being so messy right now, but I think LovelyTi just talked about you in her live that she is doing right now. Another person said, LovelyTi is addressing you as we speak on her live. Lol, why do these people keep attacking you, little sis? Then Nique said, what'd she say? Then someone said, girl, I'm post. Basically, that you took the vlogger's side when they fell out and made videos, and now you want to switch sides now that the show is on the shoot. Now that the show is on the other foot. This person meant to say the shoot is on the other foot. Lioness of Judah and Camille's Corner was in the chat laughing. I'm surprised her moderators didn't block me for defending you. Oh, she didn't appreciate you bringing up her name in the response video. Then Nique replied, me and T been talked about that and took pics, so that's interesting. And then there's a picture of the two of them, which is LovelyTi and Nique. And Nique said in her comment section, YouTube and YouTube females are mad aggy. I keep being attacked on how I did commentary on the LovelyTi and vlogger fallout. And people kept lying, saying that I took the vlogger side. How in the world can I take one person's side when I said I saw both parties doing things? I never said you paid people to do a daggone content. I said people said T got them to make videos. I do not think she made them do those videos. What I said was I did, however, see her donate to those chats. The same thing I said in the commentary before I bumped into T. Since that commentary, I bumped into T in LA. We talked, took pictures, and I complimented her on her page often and made comments under her post. So how am I suddenly switching any daggone thing? Nobody ever was happy or proud of what happened to you. Neither T or vlogger were friends of mine. I don't talk to neither on a friendship level, which is true, so what the heck is the problem? At LovelyTi 2002, I simply defended myself being attacked and showed how I even began to be cordial with the vlogger. That's what the same daggone incident in which I became cordial with you. At this point, I'm really cool. Okay, all YouTubers, stuff be blown out of proportion and mad energy through the computer screens that you don't see in person, because it was all smiles when I see baby in person. So yeah. Then she posted a meme of Kermit. Are you feeling froggy? Then leap then. Keyboard warriors. Officially fed up with the internet gangsters. Especially when those same gangsters was all smiles when you seen them face to face, and the gangsters you ain't seen in person not gonna be on that type of time either. Officially sick of females. I don't know who the heck y'all think y'all playing with. I be trying to let it pass, but every day it's a new female running they daggone mouth. I'm about an hour away from LA, it's all I know. And then she posted a snippet of LovelyTi's live stream talking about Nique. And she said, meaning Nique, she said, my name is Nique, not old girl. Let's start there.
There's a YouTuber and commenter, and her @name is @QueenLovelyLi, and I think her YouTube name is Melanated Crown. And she made a very, very good point. She said the reality of the situation is sometimes we have to go through things to have empathy and compassion. Nobody is perfect, and we're all out here learning lessons. Karma is actually about maintaining a balance of good and bad. Bad things help us to make us do good, and good things help us to influence us to continue vibrating on that frequency. We all have become an enemy of the flesh at one or more points in our life. LovelyTi's feelings are valid because she is speaking from her personal experience. However, I want to encourage and suggest once she comes down off her emotions, she really needs to, she didn't put needs to, reconsider the way in which she showed up on her live. It appears that she is still upset to an extent about that situation. When I watched the video, I didn't get that you were using her as a scapegoat. I just thought you were giving background information. She said this is your karma. Okay, well, what did she do to deserve the quote-unquote karma she got from that situation with the blogger? None of us are exempt from karmic lessons. They're here to help us evolve. Keep doing your thing, Nique. Honestly, you have to learn to keep it moving and ignore. You will always find yourself explaining yourself. Then Nique replied, @QueenLovelyLi, if I speak to you in person and explain myself and you accept, all that extra stuff should not be here unless you was being fake. So I'm sorry her feelings are not valid because number one, I never took a side, I never said they both was doing stuff, and stayed neutral. And if she felt her way, she shouldn't have me on her Insta leaving comments. That's the definition of fake, not valid feelings to me. Now here's a critique for Nique. Rhyme was intended. Can you do me the biggest favor and please put periods and commas and other punctuation marks in here? I literally tried like 4 times reading this thing and I legit had a hard time doing it as if there was punctuation points. Can you please put punctuation marks there? Thanks.
So I'm gonna make this clear for Nique. I've been watching LovelyTi for a long time. I don't know how long you've been watching LovelyTi, but when LovelyTi is not cool with someone, she would not bring up your name. She would talk about you as if you were anonymous, even though you're really not. But me being the person that reads between the lines and can see through some things that she talks about, that's what she does. She calls you old girl. She even gave the blogger a nickname. If she doesn't fool up with you, then she won't say your name. That's just how she is. That's how she's always been. If she don't fool up with you, that's what it is. And so on LovelyTi's Instagram, LovelyTi posted a selfie looking all pretty and whatnot. And she said, it's funny when I was going through it, folks was geeked up and loving every minute of it. Karma is real. That's it. That's all. The thing is, with that was an example of an indirect dig. I don't have the picture, but I remember this is before LovelyTi blocked Nique again for the second time. This is when Nique popped off at LovelyTi in her comment section, pretty much saying, I was not geeked. I ain't do anything. You know, you got me, pretty much saying, ma'am, you got me all the way messed up. Because I wasn't geeked, I spoke my piece, and you met me, I'm an hour away from LA. It is what it is. You feeling froggy, then jump. That's what Nique said in her comment section before LovelyTi blocked her, and so I can't get the comment anymore because it's gone. She's not allowed to follow her anymore unless the LovelyTi unblocks her. So like I said, both of them blew everything out of proportion. I don't believe anyone's hands are clean in this situation because I've seen every single person, including Nique, do stuff. Now I'm not really familiar with Nique's work. I'm subscribed to her. I follow her on social media, but I don't watch Nique's videos like that. Now LovelyTi, on the other hand, I watch her religiously. I watch her every time she drops a video, just about every time she drops a video, whether I agree with her or not, whether I believe she's biased or not. I watch it. I'm here for it. I sip it. You know, I sip slow. Watch her on my TV, watch her on my phone. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm more familiar with LovelyTi's work, and to be honest, I never even heard of Nique until the situation. Now, what I will say from my research, they both been on YouTube. They both joined YouTube the same year. They both joined YouTube in 2006. The difference between Nique and the difference between Nique and LovelyTi is LovelyTi posted more consistent content than Nique did, and that's why you see not just more videos from LovelyTi. She's been consistently uploading compared to Nique, and Nique starting doing more videos. I don't remember when, but Nique's been on YouTube just as long as LovelyTi has. And since they're both technically OG, Nique technically is an OG YouTuber, but LovelyTi's definitely one. And since they both have been on YouTube for such a long time, it's just sad to see this situation go on. And I want y'all, I don't mean to be kind of churchy, but turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, Black folks, we gotta do better. Neighbor, black women gotta get it together. Black men gotta get it together. Black children gotta get it together. Because we do. We just do. So, especially as black women, we gotta do better. And when I say we, I mean me too. So before y'all sitting there saying,
oh Mac, you being biased. Oh Mac, you talking a whole bunch of crap. Oh Mac, you're perpetuating
this list, you saw the thumbnail, you clicked on this video, you saw this title, you knew what time it was. It's just so sad that this sector of YouTube is becoming saturated with foolishness. Granted, I'm watching everything. Not everything, but a lot of it. But it's just so sad that this sector of YouTube ended up the way it is. If I get blocked, will I be sad? Especially from LovelyTi's page, will I be sad? Yes. But I have to be frank. I have to be true to myself and say this because this doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. This is just so disheartening and so sad to see because even though I don't watch Nique, I've watched the vlogger for a long time as well. And I remember when the vlogger was in her room, you know, talking and whatnot before she even had an intro. That's how long I've been watching the vlogger. I've seen her channel grow exponentially. And just to see all this stuff go down, it's sad. But what I will say is that the vlogger is a really big bully and she needs to get herself together. She needs to get herself together. She claims that she sees a therapist, but she needs to see her therapist more often. Because this makes absolutely no sense to me as to why you would do certain things the way you do. All in the name of entertainment. All in the name of views. All in the name of numbers. Because if anyone knows anything about YouTube, that's how they get paid. They don't get paid through subscribers. They don't get paid because they have X amount of subscribers. The only time subscribers really matter when you join YouTube's partnership and you're trying to get monetized off of YouTube. That's the only time it matters. That's the only time subscribers matter. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. That's the only time subscribers. And since they surpassed both, the only thing that they really need to, the only thing that you really need to do as a YouTuber is upload content consistently, engage with your commenters, meaning, you know, like their posts, love their like their comments, love their comments, reply back. I know I reply back to all my comments. Shoot, I not reply, but like I love all my comments back, except for the ones that I feel like are shiesty. I don't do. But if I agree with you for the most part, or if I feel like you say something nice to me, then yeah. But to be honest, this whole thing is just so disgusting, sad, distasteful. Could have been handled better because this ain't it, chief. This ain't it, chief. Nope, this ain't it, chief. They could have handled it a whole lot better than the way they did. My issue is not even it being public, but because this whole thing is public. My issue is the way they went about it. They didn't go at it in a civilized manner. If anything, this propelled more drama for Nique because she was getting into it with the vlogger and now she's getting into it with LovelyTi. This just propelled more drama. Had they not popped off at the mouth and they did not let their emotions get the best of them, guarantee you, my Baltimore accent, guarantee you that they would have been what they've been before. That's my sentiments. Like the old folks say, show some sign, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Finally, we can relate. Our side by side is vain. I knew all along we'd find some way to communicate.